some sound this time. Apparently, StreamYard is either down or broken or not working for me, or my microphone is jacked up. Hold on a minute. And there is no way. I was sitting here yapping on and on, literally for like 40 minutes, and y'all couldn't even hear the shits. All right, let me go to the channel and see if you can hear me now. All right, let me go to the channel and see if you can hear me now. I was sitting here yapping on and on. Yeah, why does it sound kind of muffled? Okay, but you guys can't hear me, so it's a problem with StreamYards apparently. And I am not going to repeat everything that I stated for 46 minutes. Literally, I was talking for 46 minutes. And see, that's another thing. My trust levels are non-existent at this point, because what the hell is going on to where I'm sitting here talking for 46 minutes and nobody says anything? Like, whatever. I don't have any moderators or anything like that, so it's all good. Okay, so I'm just gonna give y'all a really short synopsis of what I was stating in the earlier live. Okay, TikTok is about to go, not that it matters, because these people, these obsessed, weird people followed me over to TikTok as well, and began to falsely flag that. But, so I'll be back over here on YouTube a lot. And I'm about to say this right now, that it's going to be, you know what? First of all, the war is over as far as I'm concerned. Okay? But I wanted to get this message out to clients. What I was talking about is the difference between being a simple spell client versus being a client that has a very complex situation going on. Okay? And if you have a very complex situation going on, once you go into it, especially if I recognize that you're a shaman, it's something that once you start working with me, I'm going to expect some type of commitment on your part. I wanted to make it clear that I am not a dumping ground, right? I'm not a dumping ground. I'm not a person that you can just come to and dump all your problems on me. That's not even how witchcraft works. You have bad spirits. If you are dealing with curses, what we do is we reverse it, return it to sender, bind it to the sender. Hopefully the sender will have some kind of love and light for themselves to figure out how to transmute their energy. We transmute negative energy, or either we can destroy it. Energy and spirits can be destroyed. If you're looking at it as a situation to where you're putting your problems off on me, that is a problem, because that's not the way that it is. At all. Hello, Elena. That's not how it even works. And, and not that I have to explain that to all of my clients, but in particular, what I have noticed is that there have been some people that have came to me that watch that group of people. And I'm going to tell you straight up and down, if you are a person that has came to me and you have watched that group, you need to be honest with me and you need to disclose that to me. Because honestly, I need to charge you extra for the work that I'm doing for you. I'm sorry. That's way too much chaos, way too much evil that you've been absorbing into your aura, into your chakras. Uh, I am going to reiterate to y'all to stop watching people on here that have been stalking me. Okay, everybody needs to stop doing that. Everybody. If you know me, especially if you're a family member or a client, now I know my children don't watch that crud. But I do believe that there's a few family members that I can't trust that watches it. And I just want to say that I'm extremely disgusted by it. And I'm going to say this right here and now that that is not my legacy, nor has it ever been meant to be. It is a group of people that have latched onto me for the past 10 years. This is going on for 10 years now. Them almost trying to look at me. Nobody owns me. Nobody. If somebody thinks that they own me, they're mentally ill. Now, my man, who I call Pooh Bear, not around him, I don't call him that to his face. Pooh Bear. Um, I surrender my entire self to him, and that's, just is what it is because I love and respect him. But some people online and some weirdness going on online, that is not my life. If you want to fantasize that that's my life, then you must be an enemy. There is no way I would ever be involved with a man that has a racist person in Ohio that's pretending that she's my dominatrix. I'm disgusted by that. I would never be involved in a relationship like that. No, I am not into BDSM. No, I am not into being dominated. No, I am not. I am not interested in that. And nor have I ever consented to that. Now, I do realize that there are some people that have their kinks. I am protecting my energy and I am not having it anymore because it's all a fallacy, it's all false. I would never be involved with a situation like that, especially least of all with that person. So if you want to fantasize that that's my husband or that's my man and me and him and that's black love, first of all, I want to say that I am highly offended. I am very, very offended and insulted that people are trying to pretend that this is the way that black people behave and that this is the way or the standard of treatment of a black woman. I am highly offended and I will strike. I do not want to ever be bothered with any of that again. So the energy that like there's a few people that I know for a fact has watched that sector. And they came from what if you found out about me through that sector, you need to tell me, you need to disclose it to me, because I'm going to have all sorts of questions. Who have you spoken to? How long have you been watching? Why do you watch it? I'm going to ask you, don't you think that it's kind of weird that you would watch something like that? I'm going to ask, I'm going to have all kinds of questions. I am. And then I'm probably not going to want to accept you as a client. Or either I'm going to have to charge you extra, because that's a lot of negativity that's happening within that situation. A lot of toxicity. And the first thing I'm going to ask you is, while you watch that, do you love yourself? Is the first thing I'm going to ask you. You can't judge me based upon, a male dropping revenge porn on me. You don't have a moral compass if that's normalized for you. Okay, so there shouldn't even be a debate. This person shouldn't have anything to say. The fact that he feels comfortable with coming on here, actually trying to defend his actions and justify it, is very cringe. And that is a sick and warped, clownish type of situation that I am not. I wanted to come and make that clear. But then again, another thing that I want to make clear is that, um, you know, clients that need to make more of a commitment to themselves, in particular, like for example, if you're a shaman, or if you have a very complicated situation that has been going on for years, you have to stay active. You have to make sure that you are working within my realm of comfortability. Okay. And so that goes for people that have had spiritual work done. If you're 9 times out of 10, if you're not joining my Sabbats, you're possibly involved with some kind of situation. If you have some kind, if you, first of all, I do not want to deal with clients that are working with other people. I don't. Um, it lowers my trust level with you, because I don't have no way of knowing if you're gonna flip or turn on me, because loyalty is very difficult to find these days. If you're working with someone else, you need to let me know and give me the choice of whether or not I want to work with you. Because a lot of people work differently. And I don't want things to be clashing. You shouldn't be going to 2 different, 3 different, 4 different practitioners, especially for the same thing or even different things. I don't agree with doing that. Okay? I'm not one of those witches, even though my views are low, because I was flagged horribly. I'm still not one of those witches that is running around here acting desolate, desperate, and fighting over one empty bone. I'm not doing that. So I'm not in competition with nobody on here. And I would never put myself in that position for what? See, I'm going by my experience the past 10 years. I didn't start kind of falling into competition with people, and it was almost like a public debacle until 2020. Otherwise, I was in business for 5 or 6 years and had never had that experience. I am not in competition with anybody over anybody's sector. I'm not in competition with anybody over the way I look. I'm not fighting over a man or a position, because my position stands because I created it. I'm not with nobody on here. I don't have anything to do with any of these people on here. I know that last night I did some funny stuff. I thought it was funny. Um, but the only reason why I even said that about that person is because I hate that person. I absolutely despise that person because of the way they talk about children. People that talk negatively about children make me want to puke. I look at them as warped people. If you don't understand why there's a problem with that, and then also, you know, those people are very morally bankrupt. I don't have nothing to do with those people, and they're still doing it. If they would quit doing what they're doing, they was doing it this year, we wouldn't be talking about it, would we? They could go somewhere and be great. No, instead, every year they're talking about me. It hasn't stopped in 10 years. And it's almost like it's a part of their gimmick. I don't have a gimmick. What I do is not for entertainment purposes only. So I'm not doing a gimmick or running a scheme. There's nobody on this platform that I need to talk about in order to get some kind of attention. It's not what we're doing. It's not. Okay. So, that needs to, and then even if I had some kind of tiff with somebody on here, it has nothing to do with my business. It has nothing to do with Divine Services Apothecary. Nothing. My company is 100% owned by me. Nobody works with me. Nobody works for me. I don't need nobody's approval. Okay, especially that male that's on here constantly talking about me. If you're a sexist person or a misogynist person, move on down the road. Because, I have been actually hurt by clients before because they failed paying me. And I believe that I feel like there has been a couple of people that somehow talked to this dude or something, or either, but I've got way more than just 2 or 3 clients. I think it's 2 or 3 people that have came to my company that are involved with that crud. And I'm going to tell you something. If you are involved with that crud, my suggestion would not only be spiritual work, but also mental therapy. You need therapy if you watch that group of people all the time. It's something wrong with your mind to sit there and watch that all the time. It is. To be into it, to be into that drama, something wrong with you. See, I'm not into it at all. And that's my opinion. I have every right to have my opinion about those people. If they would shut their mouths, STFU, if they would stop, they would never hear from me. Because like I was saying in my last live, I'm going to have the last word, regardless to what they want. I'm going to have the last word, not them. And if you are a client that came to me because you heard about me from that sector, you need to disclose that to me. You do. Because, like I said, I'm going to have all kinds of questions for you. Okay. So, moving forward, I would prefer people, and I'm going to have this, but I would prefer people that were not a part of that. Those people are very limited. That we no limit soldiers over here. Just put it like that. We no limit soldiers. We don't have no limitations. Okay? So, um I'm going to go though, and we can talk about this later because I'm going to continue to speak to clients about this, the importance of this. I don't want anything to do with those people. And you know what? That is not black people. That is not how black men behave. That is not how black women behave. At least not the ones that I grew up around or know personally, and not even myself. For black behavior, go right ahead. My concern about your moral and mental health is definitely there if you watch that group, because all of them have committed crimes against me that they could be thrown in jail for. So keep that in mind. And for what I want to do is, and I feel like, I don't know why I feel like the trolls or the people are trying to delay me. I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be a couple of months where I am going to be gone off of social media, period. I'm not going to be having these long discussions. I'm not. I'm going to be gone for a couple of months. And I feel like people know that. And I feel like people, it now what I can see happening is people trying to purposely delay me so that I can't get the hell out of here. That's something that my spirit's going to absolutely take care of. But in the meantime, I don't care if some meth addict goes live and talks about me. I don't care if a stalker goes live and says something, I'm a poopy face. My business still has to run. Period. For the sake of those people. And honestly, because something will happen to them before I'm ever out in the cold rain. And that's the reality of it. Um, I don't answer to anybody. I don't have a mama on here. No. And I'm going to tell you something. That shit is mental illness. Is mental illness. I had a mama. I have a mama. I had a family. I have a family. Friends. Not just the ones that came on here and snaked me, or the one that came on here and snaked me. So I don't care about what a lot of people on here are caring about. And you know what? My social media dynamic is getting ready to change because I've noticed that I have a lot of trolls from that sector watching me. And I hate it. I don't attract trolls. These people were implanted. So, I'm getting back to my real audience. My social media experience is not about these people. Okay. And if y'all are addicted to that group, get help. All it makes me want to do is throw up everything that they do and everything that they say. I would, y'all got to understand, I grew up in a big house. I grew up with money. No, never. And no, I have never been on dope. I ain't never been on the streets. Let me make sure I got sound. I think I do. I ain't never been on the streets. I ain't never been for the streets. I don't even know what that is. Okay? I actually grew up very sheltered. Okay? And you know what? That's just what it is. Okay? If you want to automatically relate me to those people, I guess, but you're lying to yourself because I'm not connected to anybody on here. Nobody. Okay? And I've said that. And I think that I've never seen people more psychopathic to where they get upset because they want to have some kind of connection to a person in social media. And they don't even know that person. See, I guess maybe it's because of no, it ain't got to do with my age. I think that it has something to do with my experiences. My entire life, the people that know me are people that I met in person. See, I meet people in person. And I would never be in a situation or an environment where I would meet any of those types of people. Not even now. Okay, I'm not, So, and I want clients to know that these people are a security risk. They're very insecure. They're very cantankerous, very low vibratory. They're just on the internet. A connection with those people don't exist. I remember years ago, um, I stated that I was banishing somebody, and they said, "Well, you can't banish me. I'm still here." Yeah, but you're not next to me, though. So I felt that I needed to do a banishing to banish that person's negativity that was sent by the airwaves, basically. And yes, you can do that. Yes. And it needs to be done. So I've been working on my 12 layer shield, which has really been phenomenal. And so I've got to go because I've already been trying to do this live for like over an hour. If you're serious about getting real spiritual work, then contact me. If you just want to play around, then go play around somewhere. Don't play around with me because you can potentially put my family in danger by doing that. We don't want to have to be dealing with bad spirits and bad energies. We don't want to have to deal with that all the time. And no, we're not a spiritual dumping ground. We're not. There's no sacrifices over here. There's not, feeding over here. There's no vampirism going on over here. Nothing like that. We don't do things like that. Okay? We do authentic magic. That's it. It's not an argument. It's not a debate. I don't care about what people think about that. And like I said, if I found out that you're obviously playing around with me, you still owe me money. You still owe me money. I don't care where you came from. So, and I won't be accepting anybody into my business that came from that group of people online. Okay? I don't even see them as an authentic spiritual community. I don't even see how. From what I could see is that there were certain people that were trying to keep me and my name going in that group so that they can hang around and try to, I guess, steal my shine or whatever and shit. I don't know. It it seems pretty stupid to me. And I don't want anything to do with it. Okay? If you're looking for real authentic spiritual work, then that's what I'm here for. Okay? Now, or last night or early this morning, I thought that what I was saying was just extremely funny. It was funny. You know what? Last laugh. Otherwise, I have better things to laugh about. As y'all can see, I already took them shows down. It was just a little laugh and ha ha he he. Just because I don't like that person, I don't like people that attack children. I don't. And if you think that that's what witches are about because of a movie that you watched, I mean, I'm not saying that witches throughout history have not attacked children. Yeah, they have. But I'm not one of them. I protect children, and I do a goddamn good job of doing it. Can't nobody tell me that I ain't protected my babies. Yeah, they were trying to chant that my son couldn't talk. Boy been talking since he was 2 years old. Okay, they were trying to curse my family. They were trying to hurt my children. None of that has ever happened, and none of it will ever happen. Okay, so and especially if you feel the need to watch that sector, your situation is very complicated. You need to focus on healing yourself and not watching that group. Okay? And yeah, they use me to get attention a lot. Which is sick. Okay? So, that's what we're focused on, is getting things back to normal. Um if you have to act like I just at this point, it's so exhaustingly exhausting that I cannot even say anything else about it. I'm gonna go because I've already been talking for over an hour. And just like I said, I can't wait until I get my much needed break from social media for a couple of months. I'm from this situation for a couple of months. I will be on a nature retreat for a couple of months, maybe even 3 months, probably about 3 months. I'm gonna be gone. I'm still gonna be doing work, but I'm just not gonna be in social media. I'm not gonna be discussing it. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't. If you're a client and you owe me money, just pay me my money. Let me go. Bye bye. Yeah, and I can see that it just it's so sad when so many uninvolved, non-spiritual people are following around spiritual channels. Why are you following my channel? It doesn't make any sense, and they just continue to follow me. So I'm gonna ask my spirit. We're gonna do them this one ritual. We are gonna do a ritual coming up here. I don't know if it'll be next year. It might be next year to stop them from following me and watching me. We can make that happen. I just want these people to stop watching me and listening to me. Period. And talking about me. We're gonna make that happen finally. They shouldn't be following my spiritual channels for what? Energy? You think you a vampire? No, you're just mentally ill. Okay, y'all. I gotta go.